Thank you for having me. Reverend S.C. Ebenezer, Reverend Kastadip, Dr. Tejinder Singh, Mr. Priyaranjan, fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the opportunity to represent the Sikh worldview and faith in the context of pushing boundaries, shaping peace together. Today's conversations have been really insightful. It was so good to hear all of you, and you all have already covered the one conclusion: every faith, every religion preaches, teaches, implements nothing but justice and peace. Today, I have a responsibility to tell about Sikh faith, so I'll limit my discussion today, my talk, to 2 points. What is Sikhism all about, and how they are related to achieve sustainable development goals United Nations and the world is talking about. Because there is a very broad conversation, and we, just like others, I can go on and on. So I'll be very focused on just two things. So forgive me if I'm missing something or if you don't agree with something. Peace is a lifestyle, not a one-time act. Peace comes when we think in terms of universalism, that is humanity and humanism. Na ko beri nahi bigana, sagal sang humko banyai, means there is neither an enemy nor a stranger. The whole world belongs to me and I belong to them. The Gospel of Guru Granth has responded to the issue of amity and peace in a distinct way that has global significance. Guru Granth is the first interfaith, intercaste, and an all-inclusive scripture of the world. Gurbani gave the message of world peace and harmony at a time when religious fanaticism and discrimination ruled supreme. Places of worship were being destroyed and forcible conversions were popular. Though unfortunately, we are still witnessing these. Gurbani grants solace to the suffering humanity and gives courage to seek social justice, live in peace and contentment. To pray for Sarbat da Pala is a unique aspect of the daily prayer of the Sikh faith. The Sikh gurus humanized the society. They taught that one should be concerned with the welfare of all, irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, and gender. Thus, to maintain peace at all levels, the need is not only to abide by the values, but also transvaluation of the values. That means, in the hierarchy of the values, placing justice and welfare as the first order of values. Gurbani teaches a path of equality of all human beings. One of the greatest missions of Sikh gurus was to abolish caste system because it is based on inequality and unnatural distinction. Sikhs use Singh or Kaur as their last names. Sikh male is addressed as Singh and Sikh female is addressed as Kaur. That is the only distinction, which is a God-made distinction that Sikhs identify and recognize. The lessons to be derived in the present world is that our political leaders and bureaucrats must not use caste and religion as vote banks for petty political gains. Let there be no divide and rule policy used, as these are aberrations that can lead to communal violence. The message of world peace must be taken in high spirit. I will quote a recent example or the incident at a time where India and Pakistan have not only nuclear weapons aimed at each other, but also cultural and media cannons firing constantly. The opening of the Kartarpur Sahib corridor is just short of a miracle. It was on the 550th anniversary of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikh worldview and faith. Sikh, Hindus and Muslims worked together to make it happen. India Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised Imran Khan for understanding the sentiments of people of India. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan praised Narendra Modi for enabling the corridor, a rare few minutes of mutual respect in an otherwise hostile, no handshakes diplomatic relations. Yet distrust, conspiracy theories, accusations have not been in short supply before the corridor was opened. All were forgotten on 9th November and will probably continue to be forgotten in this oasis of peace. Sikh faith was founded by Guru Nanak in 1470s, who identified that religion and spiritual life principles were used by a few to exploit humanity. Guru Nanak had courage to say on the faces of monarchs and priests. Guru Nanak introduced to the people the dignified way of life. people who fearlessly practice these values and follow the lifestyle are called Sikhs. It is almost 550 years when Guru Nanak introduced Sikh worldview. This makes Sikh faith the most young, modern, related, and relevant to the present world. Sikhs practice loyalty, decency, maintain natural appearance in terms of hair, that is very much observant in the present world. Eat vegetarian diet and are teetotalers. Avoid narcotics in any form and meditate every day as Sikhi code of conduct. And believe that discipline and decency must be practiced every day. That is 365 days a year and not for 7, 9 or 30 days in 1 year. Sikhs consider Gurbani as the only Guru and believes in the presence of spirit or energy or force that has created the universe and runs every bit of it. For a Sikh, Guru is Gurbani, scripted in Guru Granth, that is wisdom, and in wisdom is the ambrosial nectar. Bani Guru, Guru hai Bani, which Bani Amrit Sare. Let us understand what is this wisdom that makes Sikhs unique. I'll try and explain while discussing the various aspects of society in terms of peace building. People think that peace is the opposite of war. No, it is not. Peace is the opposite of greed, lust, egoism, power, anger, and a thought of superiority that leads to war. Sikh worldview is a synonym of peace. Sikh faith believes in pacifism and an egalitarian community. Sikh faith has a power to bring the peace in the otherwise hostile environment. The first principle of Sikh faith is kirtan, means production of goods and services through ethical practices, honest earning, and truthful living. That includes preventing interest of lower strata, maintaining environment, and uplift the surrounding areas. In word of Guru Nanak, Kal khaye ke chhatton de Nanak raha pachane se, what translates as those who toil for sustenance and give others some of what they have earned, Nanak, those have known the path. In words of Guru Amardas, Sach sanjam karni kirt kamave, aman jaan rahai. In words of Guru Ramdas, Satgur aakhe so kar kamavan, so jab kamave, gur sikha ki kar sacha thaye pave. It means that kirt karni where has social, economical, and ethical dimensions, it also has spiritual dimension to release from the circle of incarnations. From the point of view of economic anthropology, the concept of kirt karni was essential for the development of the society. It played a revolutionary role on the social level. It helped to introduce changes in the society by rejecting the prevailing concept of the fixity of caste and inequality of people. Sikh worldview has envisioned a new socio-economic order that emphasizes principles of equality and justice without discrimination. On a general level, kirt karni forms a seed of endogenic way of thinking in terms of economy, which is much needed today, and in a broader sense of the anthropology of economy in the Sikh world. It results in the development of strong, self-sufficient, and economically independent society. Imagine if the principle of kirt is practiced worldwide, the self-sustainable goal number 8, decent work and economic growth, will apparently become possible. The other principle of Sikh faith is Vanchakko, via this one, that is sharing 10% of the income with the people who do not have enough. It is a pure charity, not a loan in any form. Imagine 1% riches of the world give away their 10% wealth as charity to the people at the bottom of the pyramid. The Sustainable Development Goal number 1, no poverty, and SDG number 10, reduce inequalities, will apparently become possible. Nam Japna or meditation is one of the principles of Sikh way of life. A Sikh requires to practice it with every breath. Sarab Roka Okhad Naam. It means remembering God at subconscious and conscious levels keeps you in a perfect health forever. Research and science has already proven that if nerves and muscles are relaxed, people are happy and positive, their bodies will be automatically healthy. Imagine if everyone starts practicing Naam every day, then SDG number 3, good health and well-being, will apparently become possible. The practical use of the 3 pillars or principles of Sikh faith are a useful tool for adjusting to the new social environment and for the improvement of the economic status of the people. Coming to gender inequality comes into play when society starts to define do's and don'ts based on gender. In Sikh worldview, nothing is gender specific. Gender respect and dignity is practiced in routine. Women have no restriction. She has an independent identity and vice versa. Women enjoy complete respect and dignity, and so do all the other genders. Every gender can visit Gurdwara or can be a priest, can recite Gurbani, have any level of education, can represent at any stage, can own properties or other assets independently, and get equal share of inheritance. All genders can be scholars, warriors, or bureaucrats. Each gender has freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and right to choose a life's path they deem fit. And it is a must for all genders to be decent, to be loyal, to be righteous, to be truthful, and walk the talk, no exception. Imagine if it is practiced globally. Then SDG number 5, gender equality, and SDG number 14, peace, justice, and strong institutions, will apparently become possible. As a first step, the gender option must be banned and removed from all applications and forms. Let the other variables of relevance and merits prevail. Why to ask anybody's gender? There is a concern on the rising marginalization of minorities or social exclusion in most parts of the world. Guru Nanak initiated a perspective founded on accepting all of life as codependable, part of a unity, and expressed its many diverse forms. Sikhism feels that all discrimination is eventually against oneself. The world has come together in 2001 with determination to get rid of racism, a scourge that gained strength during colonialism. There is need to look at complementary approaches that encourage society to change its attitudes. Sikh faith would encourage states to adopt policies of inclusivity and making society at ease with diversity of all forms. Sikhs of more of the doers than talkers. Seva is an integral part of a Sikh way of life, that is, selfless work done for others. At Seva, no one knows or discusses other people's religion, political party, richness, caste, creed, anything, or gender. Cleaning, cooking, serving, seva of footwear, and so on is done for everyone with equal respect and dignity. Sa seva kiti safal hai, jis satgur ka man manne. It means that unconditional, selfless job done for someone else lovingly is what is accepted as seva. These practices are learnt at Gurdwara in childhood and practiced everywhere for the rest of the life. It teaches acceptance and respect for diversity. In recent times, the seva of the Sikhs is being recognized worldwide, providing cooked food, grocery, shelter, education, medicines, healthcare products, sanitary pads to children, women, and senior citizens, distribution of books, and so on, to the people affected by natural calamities, pandemic, and also terrorist-affected areas. It also includes helping the needy families to establish micro-enterprises or providing employment or other source of income. This principle is to enjoy the material things only when everyone in surrounding is enjoying them as well. Sikhs are practicing seva for hundreds of years now. Every human being could be a donor and every living being could be a receiver with complete respect for diversity. If all human beings start practicing seva as their lifestyle, the SDG number 2, zero hunger, the SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production, will apparently become possible. Peace requires greater effort than waging wars. Social activism is an essential part of the Sikh faith. The Sikh worldview, of which Guru Granth is the embodiment, invites people of all faiths to work collectively towards world peace and a tolerant and a just world order. The thoughts I have shared in the last few minutes will come to fruition if we start to believe Aval Allah Noor upaya, Kudrat ke sab bante, Ek Noor te sab jag upjaya, Kaun pale kaun mante, means that the same light is the light in all beings. Who could be good or bad when all beings are nothing but an element of the same light? That implies if we begin to see God, the light, in everyone, then it is peace around us. Sikh worldview and faith is based on thinking the blue oceans and sustainable development by including everyone. Thank you very much, India Peace Center, for the opportunity, and thank you very much, the listeners, to listen me patiently. Thank you.